Now we are going to learn about how to calculate exchange rate changes. So our previous discussion, I told you that the domestic currency getting appreciated as well as domestic currency getting depreciated. Now, if we have to pay more uh, rupees or local currencies to buy a foreign currency, we call domestic currency getting depreciate. But if you have to pay less amount of domestic currency to buy a foreign currency, we say domestic currency getting appreciated. And I also told you that the domestic currency depreciation is exactly equal the foreign currency appreciation, and domestic currency appreciation equals to foreign currency depreciation. Now the question is how we know how far domestic currency or foreign currency getting appreciate or depreciate. So there is formula we can work it out and identify the extent of the domestic currency appreciation or depreciation, right? So in here you can see there are two equations we can use, right? You can use whatever you like, right? But don't confuse those two things. Okay. Now, in here we can get the all rupee value. That means the all amount of rupee we are paying per dollar and minus it by new rupee values per dollar and divided it by new rupee values for dollar. Okay. Or else we can use new rupee value for dollar minus all rupee value per dollar and it divided by all rupee values of dollar. Right? Both way around you can use it, right? But however, please don't confuse with those denominators, right? Denominators maru karaganna epa. Okay, right. Now let's look at the sum and you will get more understanding about when we are dealing with the sum. Right. Now I'm using the same thing from your textbook, right? Therefore, you don't need to worry about the question, you worry about this explanation, right? Now in here it is getting as the exchange rate between per dollar to euro, right? And it says per 1 euro is equal $0.932 and it's changed to 1 euro equal $1.09, right? Now you're asking to find out the changes in dollar value of rupee. Now you can see earlier we have to pay less amount of dollar per euro, but now we have to pay more amount of dollar per euro, right? Then we are asking to calculate the changes in dollar value of euro, right? Now the question asking in different form. Now in the equation you are getting, per dollar how much euro? Okay, per dollar, sorry, per euro, how much rupee, how much dollar, right? It's expressing in different way in here, right? Per euro, how much dollar? But this exchange rate need to be writing it like this, right? Per euro, now this is euro, right? Per euro, how much dollars, right? This is the way you are writing the expression, writing the quotation, okay? Now in per pound, sorry, per euro, earlier it pays $0.93 and now it pay $1.09. Now it asking you the euro changing, whether euro is appreciate or depreciate. දැන් මෙතන අහන්නේ euro එක appreciate වුණාද depreciate වුණාද කියන එක. Now look at it. Euro is said to have appreciated by changes in its dollar value, which is now we have to pay $1.09 per euro, and earlier we have to pay 0.93 per euro and divided by all the value, and you will get the percentage as 17.2%. Right? That mean what? In terms of dollar, euro getting appreciated by 17.2%. එතකොට මෙතන අපි කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඩොලර් එකට සාපේක්ෂව යුරෝ එකක් 117.2කින් appreciate vela. We can also see in here, earlier per euro, the dollar you have to pay 0.93. But now per dollar, per euro, you have to pay dollar 1.09. What is that? What it indicate directly? So dollar value getting depreciate, isn't it? මේකේ කෙලින්ම බලපුවම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? ඩොලර් වැලියු එක ඩිප්‍රීෂিয়েට් වෙලා. ඇයි? කලින් 0.93ක් ගෙව්වේ දැන් 1.09ක් ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. If dollar getting depreciate, it indicate euro getting appreciate. Right? Now find the changes in euro value of the dollar. Now මේ කලින් අපි හෙව්වේ dollar value එක euro එකත් එක්ක සාපේක්ෂව. sorry, euro එක dollar එකත් එක්ක සාපේක්ෂව. Right? Now අපි බලනවා dollar එක euro එකත් එක්ක සාපේක්ෂව. Right? Now other way around. Right? If this is a direct quotation, now you are getting indirect quotation. Now you are getting indirect quotation. Right? So how to do it? You have to multiply it by, you have to divide 1 into 0.93. Right? The same exchange rate, right? Same exchange rate. Earlier it is per euro to dollar. Now you have to convert it as per dollar to euro. Am I clear? Now we have to change per dollar to euro. Right? Then you will get the answer like this, 0.92 divided by 1.08 divided by 1.08. Then you will get the answer like minus 0.148, that indicate 14.8%. Is it appreciation or depreciation? So if you are getting minus value here, that indicate it is depreciate. Okay, it is depreciate. So if the dollar, if the euro is worth 0.93, then the dollar must be worth, this is the way I am expressing you, right? This is the same thing. Okay, right? So that's the explanation regarding the way of calculating appreciation and depreciation. Okay, I believe I am clear to you, right? So don't worry about this explanation, this formula, right? You can use whatever the formula, right? When you are getting positive value, it indicate appreciation. If you are getting negative value, it indicate depreciation, right? Work out this one again by yourself, then you can understand the way of calculating appreciation and depreciation, right? Now this is the second classroom exercise you have, right? This is the second classroom exercise you have. I've also taken it from your book, right? Then calculate this one and find out whether there is an appreciation or depreciation of the US dollar with baht, Thai baht. That is the currency for the Thailand, right? And again, the second example, it does, the government devalued the Yugoslav dinar, that is for that country's currency, setting in a new rate at 10.93 to dollar from 6% dollar previous, 6% 6 dinar previously. Then you have asked him to calculate the devaluated again dollar. The devaluation means depreciation, okay? Depreciation or appreciation. Okay, so we can call devalued or overvalued, the similar terms, right? You can use, you need to learn all the things, right? So work out this again, right? You have, this is your second classroom exercise, right? Okay, then real exchange rate. Actually, I told you that we are explaining the spot exchange rate. That means the day-to-day counting exchange rate, right? Then for that exchange rate or that spot exchange rate, we are making inflation adjustment, right? You know the countries are facing inflations, right? So if you are adjusting the spot exchange rate with inflation rates, you will get real exchange rate. Right? So real or inflation adjusted exchange rate, it's called. It's maybe real exchange rate or we can call inflation adjusted exchange rate. So we can take it as a nominal exchange rate or spot exchange rate, adjust for the changes in relative price levels. That means inflation rates. right? Due to the changes of relative price level, weak currency or strong currency occur. Now, as a result of the country's inflation level, right, or as a result of the country's price level changes of their goods and services, okay, the currency can be identified as weak currency as well as strong currency, right? I told you that US dollar, Japan yen, and UK pound, those currencies normally identified as an active currency as well as strong currency. Why? Those countries' inflation rates are low. Okay, but the country like us, as well as Zimbabwe, no, you know the recent situations in Zimbabwe, right? Then Brazil, and then some other countries. We are having some political as well as some uh, inside issues in those particular countries. So as a result of that, their price levels are very high. That means inflation rates are high, right? Because of that, those currencies identified as weak currency or inactive currency in international trade, right? Then please refer the exhibit 2.11 in your recommended textbook and understand that what are the advantages and disadvantages of weak and strong currency, right? Prepare your note based on that. Okay, identify those advantages and disadvantages of strong and weak currency. Right. Then this is your last classroom activity, right? I give you those things because you need to learn by yourself, right? We cannot teach everything. You have to learn by yourself. Then now you are getting 6 scenarios. For each of the scenarios, state whether the value of dollar will appreciate, depreciate, or remain the same relative to the Japan yen, right? By after you are doing your exercises with that factors affecting to the exchange rate equilibrium, you can easily done this one, right? Now exercise factors affecting that relative inflation rate, relative interest rate, relative economic growth, something like that, right? Once you complete that part, you can easily done this one, right? Then look at this 6 scenario and identify whether dollar getting appreciate, depreciate against Japanese yen. Right. Then this is your workout exercise, right? This is your exercise that you need to upload your answer into the LMS. Okay. Read this case, right? Read the case called Asian currency sink in 1997, right? Read this mini case. It's appeared pages number 60 to 62, right? And find out how did the appreciation of US dollar and depreciation of the yuan affect the timing and magnitude of Asian currency crisis. Now this case is relating to the appreciation and depreciation of currency and how it affect to the other currencies. So you have to read it and understanding how one currency appreciation or depreciation influence to the other currencies appreciation or depreciation, right? So read it and answer that question and upload your answer into the LMS. I let you know the deadline, right? And upload it into the link. So that's all I want to discuss with you relating to the foreign exchange rate. So summing up, we discuss about what is foreign exchange rate, what are the quotations of foreign exchange rate. Under that, we discuss about direct quotation, indirect quotation, and cross exchange rate. Then we discuss about the equilibrium exchange rate. Under that, you know the exchange rate is determined based on demand and supply. Now you know why demand curve has a negative slope and why supply of foreign currency has positive slope. Right? As a result of changes in demand and supply of foreign currency, the equilibrium exchange rate change. Then you need to have answer question why demand for foreign currency and supply of foreign currencies change. The answer is because of changing import and export demand and supply. Then you have to ask the question why import and export demand or supply change. right? To answer that question, you are having four factors affecting to the exchange rate changes: relative inflation rate, relative interest rate, relative economic growth, and political risk. So you have to read that part and identify how those factors affect into the equilibrium exchange rate. Then lastly, we discuss about the calculation of appreciation and depreciation of foreign currency. Then you know how to express one currency depreciation and in terms of other currency, right? If domestic currency getting depreciate, it indicate the foreign currency getting appreciate, right? Then lastly, you are asking to do some exercises. Please do it. I don't need the answer, but you need to have that knowledge in your way, right? But for the mini case that you can see in here, you have to answer it and upload your answers to the answer to LMS. Okay, so that's all for the uh, international finance second session in exchange rate, foreign exchange rate. Now, for your life, please read this quotation, please this quote given by uh, uh, late former president in India, Abdul Kalam. Right, so umbrella cannot stop the rain. You know, we cannot stop the rain, but umbrella can stop where we getting wet, right? But can make us stand in rain. Therefore, we can stand in rain without getting wet. Confidence may not bring success, but give us the power to face any challenge in your life. Okay, so think about this and get something into your life. Okay, then, so that's all in our session number 2, and hope to see you with the session number 3 soon. And I need your answers for the last activity, but 3 classroom activities are there. Prepare your answer for yourself. Okay, good luck and stay safe.